Hey everybody, it's Gary Peavy at Wealth Design Group. I want to give you some education on a new way to look at your financial planning. All right everybody, we want to talk about a new way to look at how you do your financial planning. So I've got this great chart I've drawn on the board for you today. And let me kind of walk through it with you. The first column we've got is your assets. Those are the things that you are accumulating. Those are things you've been accumulating and you hope to accumulate in the future. Okay? So everybody talks about the assets that they've got. You know, you've got a savings account. Hopefully you have a savings account. You've got a home. You've got investments of some type. You've got a 401k. Everybody starts with a 401k. Right? Maybe you're saving for your kids' college. You've got some rental real estate. You've got these different pieces. Maybe you've got a business. You add that in here. And those are all these assets you have. And what you're trying to do is make them grow. Because you want them to be bigger. Because at some point in time, what you're going to want to do is turn those assets into a future income for yourself. If you think about it, what you're doing right now is working to create a current income, but you have to save and build these assets for your future income. When you finally say to your boss, I'm done. Now, let's take a look at the next column. The next column are your liabilities. Okay? Now, if you've got a savings account, they send you a 1099 every year from the bank for the little amount of interest that they are actually going to pay you. It is a liability. You have to pay taxes on it. Okay? You've got your mortgage. Right? The way you do your mortgage, whether you've got a 15-year or a 30, may or may not be the most efficient way for you to handle that part of your financial world. But it does create a liability. You owe the bank because you didn't have enough money to just pay cash for your house. And you're paying interest on it, and that bugs you. I know it does. Okay? You've got auto loans. You're paying somebody unless you paid cash. You're paying somebody for your auto loans. You've got deferred taxes. I want to talk about your 401k. That is a deferred tax. That is a postponement of your tax. You will pay that tax someday. If you happen to die with your 401k intact, your beneficiaries get to pay the tax on that. Okay, so it will be paid. It is a liability. And then you've got credit cards. Do you use credit cards? Have you got some debt on credit cards that you really wish you didn't have? These are liabilities. All right, that's what you've got. Now, what comes along with every liability is what we call a wealth transfer. So let's think about what that is. It's moving money away from you rather than keeping it in your own world. Now, why is that important? Because let's say you lost $1. Well, that dollar might be $1 today, but what would that dollar be worth 30, 40, 50 years from now if you'd been able to save it and put it into something that gave you some rate of return? It wouldn't be $1, would it? It would be worth more than that. What wealth transfers do is they create lost opportunity cost. And that is key. Think about how much money goes through your wallet that you might be able to save, might be able to hold on to, you might be able to recapture and add it to your world. But I'll bet your financial advisors never talk to you about lost opportunity cost. I bet they've never talked to you about wealth transfers. Now the question is it easier to go out and try to get a high rate of return on your investments, or would it be easier to just stop some of the wealth transfers? Because $1 that you could hold on to, what was the risk? There really wasn't a risk to do that versus the risk you take when you go into the market trying to get high rates of return on your investment accounts. So let's think about a new way to look at financial planning. That first step is not about how do we get higher rates of return, but instead let's look at this. What if we could recapture some or all of the wealth transfers? What would you do with them? It would be like money in your pocket. You could take these wealth transfers, whatever monies that we could go and recapture, and we would take these and we would add them right up here. Because what's our goal? Trying to build these assets so that we have income in the future and we've got legacy to pass on to our kids. What we want to do is get these wealth transfers, try to minimize the transfer and recapture the money to add it over here. The risk in doing so? Very little. So our goal in this is to give you less risk, to give you more money, to try to reduce taxes, and give you more what we call liquidity, use, and control of your money. I hope this helps, because I'm going to tell you, the people that come into our office have not yet looked at the issue of wealth transfers and lost opportunity cost. And it's a simple way for us with little risks to come in and help you become financially free. Right? So I hope this video helps. Check out our other videos and let us know how we can help you.